Franchi, I've watched every one of your broadcasts. Day 16, when everyone else ran, you stayed and showed the world what happened here. Those protests you fought through yesterday, not organic, professionally funded. Foreign money, domestic traders. They want America paralyzed. 9 senators blocked my reopening order. Now I know why. They're compromised. Part of the operation. I've been fighting them from down here for 18 days.
That's right, day 19. The government's still closed, but something happened at Camp Pendleton that changes everything. Well, Chuck Schumer holds America hostage over illegal alien welfare. President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance just delivered a message that sent shockwaves directly through Washington. Marines storming beaches, tanks rolling through surf, and a promise that no Democrat shutdown will stop our warriors from getting paid. Even better, Trump's National Guard are still protecting our cities, securing our borders, and keeping America safe despite the shutdown. The footage you're about to see is incredible. The hypocrisy is staggering. Bernie Sanders voted 10 times to keep government closed, then whines about the shutdown. What Vance told those Marines will blow your mind, so keep on watching. And while Schumer shuts down America to protect illegals, I'm protecting my family's health with groundbreaking technology. Jonathan Otto introduced me to red light therapy, and the results are undeniable. My wife's chronic pain eliminated, her anxiety from her diagnosis gone. My energy rivals guys half my age. Major medical journals report 300% faster healing and brain regeneration. NASA researched it, FDA cleared it, and now you can have the same hospital-grade system in your home. No more $1,000 clinic visits or month-long wait lists. Visit myredlight.com and make sure you use code NNN for exclusive savings. Your body deserves this breakthrough technology. So we got some footage that just came in. President Trump posting this video on his Truth Social at 9:38 p.m. on October 18th. This is an official post from the President of the United States. Federal agencies and National Guard in Memphis.
Please for the warrant. Keep your hands up with nothing in your hand.
All good, all good. You guys be safe. Thanks.
All right.
Lock 'em up.
There's been over 380 arrests made in Memphis, Tennessee in just a little bit over a week.
I done walked to the store. Y'all got me a bag of ice. I ain't walked to the store in about 20 years.
Boy, I tell you what, Memphis is a madhouse. The National Guard's done made 300 arrests, done taken 300 criminals off the street, and found like 9 missing children.
Ever since 12 and Trump done came to Memphis, I ain't heard no gunshots at night.
You know, for the first time in 5 years, my kids have been able to play in the backyard and be able to do it comfortably.
When the sis in Memphis says she's grateful because the last 2 weeks it's been quiet, it's been peaceful, her kids have been able to play, and y'all have a problem with that, it's becoming real clear who the enemy is.
It just really is astonishing how many people are thanking the National Guard for coming in and cleaning up their city, Memphis.
Wow.
Let's take a look at this video.
Wow. And President Trump posted that. I mean, what he is doing to clean up the crime in these cities is absolutely amazing. I mean, just starting with Washington, D.C. is the test case, rolling it out to Memphis. But of course, over in Chicago, they're rejecting it, making up lies. But that's not going to stop them. President Trump is going to continue. That's a beautiful video. I'm glad that he shared that. J.D. Vance posting, Chuck Schumer and the Democrats may have shut down the government, but President Trump is going above and beyond to ensure our brave Marines get the paychecks they deserve. We'll never stop fighting for the American people, especially our armed forces. Here he is at Camp Pendleton.
The Schumer Shutdown. And of course, Marines, I bring greetings today from our Commander-in-Chief, Donald J. Trump, and he wanted me to tell each and every single one of you that he's proud of you, that he loves you, and that despite the Schumer shutdown, he is going to do everything he can to make sure you get paid exactly as you deserve. Now, I know we're here to talk about the Marine Corps, but I got to get just a little political because congressional Democrats seem to want to keep the government shut down, even though it would mean that a lot of you would not get your paycheck. But as I told the president just a couple of days ago, I said, sir, we have got to figure out how to pay these Marines, both for their sake, but also, of course, because if we don't pay our enlisted Marines, every bar in Southern California is going to go out of business, and we don't want that. And of course, Marines, I bring
greetings from the president. Here's more. This is 24 hours ago. Vice President view a live fire amphibious capabilities demonstration at Red Beach on Marine Corps Base, Camp Pendleton, California. Amphibious assault demonstration. Storming the beaches. All right, get to the good stuff. America, baby. God, I love the sound of those jets. Tanks, baby. Roll them in. Hell yeah. Live fire demonstration. Despite the shutdown, party continues at Camp Pendleton. Absolutely beautiful video right there. Let's see. We have more. Trump will make sure you get paid. Florida's next governor, Byron Donalds, unleashing pure fire on the Democrats over their shutdown, says it's TDS.
Arrangement system. No, they can't. And it's sad to see. In part, that's why the government is shut down. It's not because of any major policy fights, Stu. It's about Trump derangement syndrome. They're trying to prove to their base that they can stand up to Trump. So because of that, now federal workers are furloughed. Some are going to get fired, and there's going to be other things that are going to happen. And you have troops, TSA agents, et cetera, who are not getting paid, all because Chuck Schumer, Senate Democrats, and House Democrats, mind you, want to prove that they're tough to stand up to Donald Trump. Go ask Hamas how that worked.
Okay, yeah, good one.
No. Go ask Hamas how that worked out. NBC calls out Democrat Senator Tim Kaine on his government shutdown hypocrisy. RNC Research posting, Kaine, 2019, we first should reopen government. Why punish people who are applying for food stamps? You know, the internet lives forever, man. These guys just seem to forget that.
Is having a temp.
You know, Senator, back in 2019, you made a similar argument during that shutdown that Republicans are making now. Republicans at the time were asking for more funding for a border wall. You said, let's reopen the government first. I want to play a little bit of what you had to say.
Oh, yeah.
We first should reopen government. Why punish people who are applying for food stamps because the president is having a temper tantrum? Open government first.
You know, Senator, back in 2019, you made
oh, yeah. The words come back to haunt every single one of these guys. Bernie Sanders at the No Kings rally complaining the government's been shut down for 18 days, despite the fact he's voted 10 times to shut down the government.
At where we are today on the 18th day of a government shutdown, which is depriving millions of federal employees of the paychecks they desperately need and deserve.
Yeah, it's day 19, Bernie, and it's now 10 votes, and you're still not voting. It's on you, buddy. Amuse posting this shutdown. If Republicans were in control, as Democrats insist they'd open government. If Trump were king, as they claim, he'd open the government. It is precisely the opposite that is keeping the government shut down.
King
So let's start with the.
So he's talking. This is this week on ABC with Speaker Johnson.
King's rallies. You called these hate America rallies. What do you mean by that?
Well, that collection of folks that I listed were certainly part of it. We congratulate them on a apparently violent free speech exercise. I was a First Amendment lawyer for 20 years. We defend that right. But the irony of the message is pretty clear for everyone. If President Trump was a king, the government would be open right now. If President Trump was a king, they would not have been able to engage in that free speech exercise out on the mall, by the way, which was open because President Trump hasn't closed it. In the last shutdown, 2013 era, President Obama closed the National Mall. It closed all the national parks, didn't allow people to engage in all this. So, I mean, they needed a stunt. They needed a show. Chuck Schumer needs cover right now. He's closed the government down because he needs political cover, and this was a part of it.
We'll get to the shutdown, but just on this notion that these are hate America rallies, and you not only talked about anarchists, Antifa advocates, pro-Hamas wing, and you said this is the modern Democratic Party. But I remember not that long ago what you said after the murder of Charlie Kirk, when you said that we should view fellow Americans not as our enemies, but as our fellow countrymen.
Yeah, I've never called anybody an enemy, but we call out...
Hate America rally or, Antifa, pro-Hamas, those are enemies.
Well, there were a lot of hateful messages yesterday. I mean, we have video and photos of pretty violent rhetoric, calling out the president, saying fascists must die and all the rest. I mean, I don't think that's loving speech. I don't think that's friendly speech. And I don't think it's pro-American to say those kinds of things. So it's not about the people. It's about the message. It's about the ideology. And I will stand here every Sunday and talk with you about the dangers of Marxism and socialism and how it's led to the literal death of tens of millions of people in the 20th century alone. It is a dangerous ideology, and it is anti-American. It goes against everything that we stand for.
But you're not saying that this is all of the Democratic Party. It's not all of the people that were out there. I mean, it kind of reminds me of Hillary Clinton referred to Trump supporters, or half of them, as the basket of deplorables.
I've never said that. I never said it was the whole Democratic Party. But you and I have to acknowledge the reality. Wait a minute.
So this is the modern Democratic Party.
It is, because look at the evidence. Look at what's happening in New York. They're about to elect an open socialist Marxist as the mayor of America's largest city. There's a rise of Marxism in the Democratic Party. It's an objective fact, and no one can deny it. We lament that. We decry it. We're trying to call it out because I want to make sure the next generation of Americans understands that is a dangerous road to go down. Yeah. That's part of our calling. I think part of our responsibility as elected servants of the people.
So let's start with the...
Yeah, there were hate rallies. I mean, the signs were atrocious. You saw the guy. You saw the guy with the shirt, 8647. Anyway, U.S. government shutdown enters week 3. Around 10% of air traffic controllers are calling in sick. Some airports are operating with 50% fewer staff. Expect more flight delays. It's only 14 hours ago.
Flight before you head out. Flights delayed. Here's why. The U.S. government shutdown just hit week 3, and nearly 1 in 10 air traffic controllers are calling in sick. Some airports are running with half their staff, forcing massive slowdowns.
President Trump, 48 hours ago, he says, I think right now the Democrats are really damaged, mentally damaged.
Trillion. I think right now the Democrats are really damaged, mentally damaged. They want to take $1.5 trillion with a T, $1 trillion and give it to people that invaded our country. They came into our country illegally from prisons, from mental institutions, gang members. They want to give them health care and take it away from our citizens. We're not going to do that. $1.5 trillion. They want to destroy our health care system. We're not going to let that happen. I think right now
they want to destroy our health care system. Here's more President Trump. 24 hours ago, the shutdown continues.
$1.5. So the shutdown continues. The Republican Party's not going to pay $1.5 trillion to illegal immigrants coming into our country, coming in for a lot of reasons, coming in from prisons, from jails, from all over the place, from Venezuela, many countries. We're not going to do that. So the shutdown continues. It's a Democrat shutdown. It's a Schumer shutdown because his career has failed and it's over.
You know what's scary is I'm just looking at that. I'm reminded of the fact that they found a hunter's perch or a sniper's nest. I believe that's the Palm Beach Airport. President Trump in Mar-a-Lago this weekend Air Force One touching down there at the airport. And if you look in the background, you can see the tree line right there. It's unclear exactly. I haven't looked any deeper into the topic. A friend of mine, Daniel, tipped me off to it earlier. And I want to figure out like the location of that sniper's perch, but you can see that tree line behind him. And I mean, if that was just a hunter's perch, that's one thing, but still provides a location for another assassination attempt. I mean, the fact that this guy is he could land at the airport and be subject to something like that is terrifying. So I'm glad that they found it, but the assassination attempts on Trump are going to continue. The threat is going to continue because they hate this guy. The left is so deranged they will stop at nothing to end his so-called reign of authoritarianism. Here is the press secretary, Caroline Leavitt. This is 24 hours ago, talking about the shutdown.
President Trump's, their continuing resolution that they proposed to keep the government open included a poison pill that would have undone what President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill did, which is to restrict illegal aliens from receiving Medicaid benefits. President Trump fixed that in the One Big Beautiful Bill, and Democrats want to take it away because they want these taxpayer-funded benefits to continue to go to illegal aliens in our country. This has been done for the past 4 years under the Biden administration, and the American people roundly rejected it. And you hear AOC, who is apparently the new leader of the Democrat Party in that CNN town hall, say to a concerned American when that American asked, "Do you want my taxpayer-funded benefits going to illegals?" She said, "That's a Republican talking point. Those aren't the real issues Americans are facing." That is a lie. If you look at what happened under the Biden administration, real Americans, elderly citizens, were facing an increase in wait times at hospitals and emergency care centers across the country because they were putting last in line, and illegal aliens were getting that care and that treatment first. And when illegal aliens get medical treatment in this country, who's paying for it? The American taxpayer. Well, not anymore under the Trump administration. That's why this administration is focused on deporting illegal aliens who violate our nation's laws. And we're going to protect the rights and the benefits of tax-paying, law-abiding American citizens.
So we're going to find out how long this shutdown is going to last. It's continuing, though. Going into day 20. And we have this. This is Congresswoman Yasmin Ansari, official account of the Arizona 3rd Congressional District. As the youngest woman in Congress, I know who pays the price when the government fails. We do, women. Complaining that Trump and Republicans take vacations, we're here fighting to reopen the government and protect our health care. Yeah, more gaslighting. You guys have the CR. The Senate needs 9 votes. Pass it, and let's move on. Then you guys can talk about your health care. Then we don't have to worry about our air traffic controllers. Right? Meanwhile, the streets are getting safer and safer in Memphis. If you have value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. So this is what leadership looks like. Well, Democrats grandstand about democracy. They're holding military paychecks hostage to fund illegal alien benefits. I mean, President Trump, J.D. Vance have to find workarounds to get our troops paid. Think about that insanity. Chuck Schumer would rather see Marines go unpaid than admit that his $1.5 trillion illegal immigrant slush fund is dead on arrival. But Trump and Vance just showed the world what America First really means. No speeches from air-conditioned offices, no empty promises. They went to Camp Pendleton, stood with our warriors, and guaranteed their pay. Meanwhile, Bernie, he's voted 10 times to keep government closed while crying about the shutdown. Tim Kaine getting roasted on live TV for his blatant hypocrisy. Airports are collapsing because Democrats value criminals over controllers. The Schumer shutdown is crumbling because America sees the truth. One party puts illegals first, the other puts patriots first. So here's the question. Should Republicans hold the line until Democrats drop their illegal alien demands? Yes or no? Let's have a conversation in the comments, and make sure you rock out some merch from our merch shop. It's linked down below, and show the world where you stand.